Hey guys, Tony here, and today I want to talk about economy types and trade routes. This is going to be the easiest and most accessible unit making method early game. So I suggest starting this method once you have 10 million units, all right? Because we'll need to buy trade commodities from one star system with a specific economy type and then travel to another economy type and sell those commodities there. So we'll need a bit of units before we can start this loop, but you'll be earning around 5 million units to sometimes even more, sometimes a little bit less, depending on a few criteria that is just randomly generated. We cannot affect, but I'm going to teach you all the tips that I know to maximize your time and your unit making method so that you're able to profit the most. And but I'll also make a video later on how to make your first 10 million units in order to get this started. But leave that for another video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video if it's helpful. It really helps me out. All right, without further ado, let's get started. We're here in No Man's Sky Gamepedia, and we're looking at the types of economies. There are seven possible types of economies that any star system can inherit as long as it's habited. All right. I'm going to briefly mention them. There's trading, advanced materials, scientific, mining, manufacturing, technology, and power generation. Each type of economy will have a specific icon, and also when you arrive at the planet or the star system, it'll have a specific flavoring. So it says economy is nano construction. It doesn't say technology. You could look in the galactic map. If you filter by economy, you will see these colors. It says orange system, yellow system, light blue systems. Those refer to the filter that is applied in the galactic map. I'll show you that very soon. But notice that there's four possible combinations for one technology economy. So we're not going to look at the flavoring so much because it's going to be hard to remember. What we're going to be looking at is at the icon, right? We can look at the icons. There should be a representation of the icons. These are the icons. These are just five of them. There's more. There's prospecting, and I think maybe I'm not sure which one is missing, but either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's types of economies at a glance. Let's go and talk about trade routes. All right, so let's go to the next page. Last time I lost my audio, so I want to make sure. Yep, my audio is still good. Okay, so trade routes. Trade routes. You should just focus on this chart right here because it breaks down all the trade routes possible. Okay, so say for example you notice, hey, my star system is an advanced material star system here. Then you have to sell your trade commodities to a scientific economy. So you look in your galactic map for a scientific planet and then travel there and sell your commodities there. If you want, then you can say scientific, who do I sell to? Look, it sells to a trading. So from the scientific, you jump to the trading, but sell the scientific commodities there, and then buy the trading commodities. And you say, oh, who do I sell to? Trading sells to advanced materials. So you're back at your starting point, and you sell, and you can create this loop. So ideally, each trade route is like a group of three that you can then loop around and continue selling by jumping between the star system. Stay with me because I'm going to show you really useful tips to maximize your time on this. Okay, so there's a few charts here that you can look at and just breaks down, but it's basically that. I would take a screenshot of this and keep it on my phone so that I can just pull it up really easily and look. But this is thanks to nomanskygamepedia.com. All right, let's go into the game, and I'm gonna show you all the tips that I know of how to achieve like the most efficient possible in my experience. Okay, game audio coming in. There we are. So notice we're in a star system that's a mathematical star system. This is a wealthy economy, and how the economy strength affects this is only in the inventory, the amount of items available for you to buy. It won't affect the prices at all. I'll show you what affects the prices later and how to maximize your profits, all right? But it doesn't matter if you're in a low economy or in a wealthy economy. You ideally want to be in a wealthy economy because you'll have access to more inventory. So you'll be able to buy more trade commodities and therefore make more profits when you sell them in the next space station. We're not actually going to sell in space stations. I'll show you. So if we look at our chart, since we're in a mathematical, uh, which is also scientific, we should then sell to a trading and then to an advanced materials. So let's do that. We could buy from a if we were wanted to just be quick about it, we can just go to the space station, access any terminal. Both terminals will share as their common inventory. So if I buy all the commodities, these are the commodities. They're always listed at the top, and they show their percentage. Notice this one is at base price, even though we are in a wealthy economy. So it's not really ideal to buy it at its base price. Um, so, but we're gonna buy it because we're still. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you something else. Okay. Never mind that. Because, like I said, we're not gonna buy in a space station. Alright? What we're gonna do is you can either buy in your freighter. Let's summon our freighter. Here's our freighter. You can either buy in your freighter or you can buy in the surface of a planet. You're not allowed to install. Let me lower the audio because it's hard to speak over it. You're not allowed to install a teleporter in your freighter. So therefore, I suggest that you don't necessarily use this, but I'm gonna show you because notice that the neural ducts were sold at base price in the space station. Let's see how well they're sold here. If there's any price change, any difference. This is our trade station in our freighter. Yes. So now you see they're 10% undervalued compared to the space station. So you're already making a 10% profit right there. And we're buying 6.5 million units worth of commodities. So 10% of that is 650,000 units. It's quite a bit. It's almost a whole million units. But I'm gonna show you, like I said, we don't have a teleporter, so therefore we would have to be warp warp jumping all the time, and that's not ideal. So I have a hauler exclusive for trade commodities. But if you have your inventory empty, then you can use your inventory empty. But as you can see, that's not the case here. So here the hauler is exclusive to trade commodities. I have the technology slots filled, but I haven't installed technology here to maximize the space of we can hold all the trade commodities possible. There is in Facebook, there is a screenshot with the coordinates for this design of hauler. So if you're liking this hauler, go ahead and check the Facebook out and you'll be able to find it for yourself. So we're gonna use the economy scanner. You could also use a planetary chart, a commercial planetary chart, but the economy scanner is always guaranteed to find you a trading post. So I recommend installing that. And what we're gonna do is find a trading post and establish a base in that trading post, because that'll allow us to install also a teleporter. Here we go. We're almost there. Now we'll be able to just land for free here. Oh, why don't you want to land, Hauler? It's so annoying when it does that. Now it's stuck. Or it decided to land now. That's odd. Alright, here we are. So we'll be able to sell directly from the inventory of our starship. Alright? We press X to switch into the inventory, and notice here our Relatis Arc crystals are being sold at high demand. Now, in the same, having the starship inventory selected, we switch to the buy tab and directly buy all the neural ducts at 12% undervalue. You could, if you have enough space, go ahead and buy the next most expensive commodity that you have available, because you'll make some profit. So I'm not gonna try to figure out the exact amount, so I'm just gonna use this to demonstrate. But having a base terminal here will allow us to establish a teleporter. Let me just claim the base. If you want, just you can skip a little bit forward or not, because this is just things we gotta do in order to have our teleporter. But the idea is to establish one trade station in each of the economy types, and every time you log in, if you want a bunch of units really quick, just start traveling directly from one economy to the next. All right, and this is no glitch. This is just my way of maximizing time. Okay, so all you need is one battery and one solar panel, and the teleporter will be always powered. If you drop the teleporter while it's nighttime, what I suggest is that you install a biofuel reactor, and that way you can power your teleporter just the one time with a little bit of carbon. All right. So now we have bought all the neural ducts to our to our starship. Now what we need to do is find advanced advanced material system. I don't have any here, so what I'm going to do is just fly again, fly out. Okay, here, I almost forgot. I have a naming convention, right? That so in this case, I don't know the sell rates, but let me just say scientific traders. Okay, that way when I look in my teleporter, the name of the base, the name of the base will have the economy attached to it. So instead of saying one randomly generated name, it says scientific traders, and I know exactly where to teleport to. You won't have to land after you claim all your trade stations. You'll never have to land or fly again or warp drive ever again for your trade routes, because you'll just be teleporting from one teleporter to the other, buying, selling out, and and moving again. All right, so let's look for an advanced material, and now I'm gonna show you how to use the filter. There is an economy filter. Notice that it has a lot of colors because there are 7 types of economy. And what we're going to look is for an advanced material economy. I forgot the color, so I will have to just figure it out. Okay, so let's try green, maybe. Purple. Okay, here we are. So this is an advanced material. You can notice by the DNA sign, but it doesn't matter. You just look for the names. We could have seen the name. Ah, I forgot to show you the. We can open the galactic map again, but how to tell the buy and sell rates. Right. So once we arrive, we're gonna check that out. Almost there. You only have to do the warp drives once, and after that, it's really easy. Just jumping from one trade station to another. You can do this. Oh, now we have an. Oh wow, this is bad. All right, we're not gonna engage with them. They're kind of like following us. If you're having a hard time getting away from them, just let them get close, and then use your pulse drive to get away. It's just because they kind of like go really fast when they're trying to get to you, and therefore you don't get enough distance to get away. It's so annoying. It's hard to predict when those warp drives events happen, so I'm sorry guys. There we are. We've done with that, and now we found our second trade post. Before we get there, I want to open the galactic map now that I'm able to, and show you the how to detect. Notice that there is an option to expand our information, and if we see, it says ore processing, all right, and it says afterwards sell at 61.6% and buy at minus 12.2%. So the max that you can sell for is around close to 80%. So if you see a planet, a star system that says sell at 80%, you're gonna get a lot for your money. So let's look at this one, sell at 77%. And then the lowest that you can find for buying is 30-ish%. Notice this one, it says buy at 27.8%. So ideally, all right, you should have like one of each, and so that you buy them at minus 30% and then jump to the corresponding economy that will let you sell at 80%. And that's the way to min max. If you're min maxing, you'll need 2 sets at least. There is a chance that you find one that both sells at 80% and buys at minus 30%. So if keep an eye out because those are really rare. If you find one like that, that's a find, okay? Notice this one. And this is not affected. This one is pretty close. Sell at 78% and buy at minus 22%, close to 30. Not that close, but not quite there, but still. But look at this one. This one is really bad. This one is a high economy. It's a wealthy economy, but it'll let you sell at 42% only. That's 30%, almost almost 40% that you're losing every time you sell if you sell in this one. And when you buy, you're almost buying it at base price because you're only buying it at a 10% discount where you could have a 30% discount. So don't necessarily look at the how wealthy the economy is, um, but more the sell rates. Ideally, yes, you find one that has is a 3-star economy and it has a sell percent of 80%, and it has a buy of minus 30%. That will be your best case scenario because you will be selling and buying at the best rates, and at the same time, because of the wealthy economy, you'll have the max amount of inventories. Like the inventory will have 140, like we saw earlier, instead of maybe we'll see, we can jump. Okay, let's look at how many would a material fusion. This is actually an advanced material as well. So it kind of works for us. We can just open our freighter and see how many, so that we don't waste time. So let's do that, and I'll show you the difference between the wealthy, because you already understand the concept about establishing a base down in the trade station. We don't have to establish three bases down in a trade station, because it's very repetitive. It's the same thing. Just put one base computer, one teleporter, one solar panel, one battery, and you're done. Okay. Now also don't forget to name the station. Okay. You can also name the star system the same way, so that you can remember if you want to just travel to the space station. Your space station will inherit the star system name. Um, so let's open our freighter, or I mean, let's summon our freighter, and let's go ahead and check again in here. So the idea of establishing a base in the trade station versus just using the freighter is so that you don't have to be warp driving. And sometimes the rare economy is really far away from another economy that you want to sell. Like you find two wealthy economies with good buy and sell rates. You want to be able to travel to them instantly. You don't want have to be warp driving in order to get to the other one. So that way, having the trade station is one teleport away. Okay, so here is our Galactic Terminal, and notice, wow, this very unwealthy system only has self-repairing Heridium that only sells for 2,000 units, and there's only 17 of them. Wow, we cannot make a profit here at all. We can still sell the commodity. It'll sell well because it's not affected by that, but by the sell rate. So we can sell it, but now we don't have anything to buy. If we buy this, we're not gonna make a profit. So therefore, yeah, you want wealthy economies, but more importantly, also check the sell and buy rates. All right. I think. Let me see. I think that's it. So I use a hauler, but that's end game content because haulers are so expensive. You can use your dedicated starship that you want, or you can just use your exosuit. Have it empty. What I used to do, I had a storage container, and I would drop everything as soon as I was gonna start the trade routes. And once I was done with the trade routes, I would just go back to that container and gather my items again. Because since you're only jumping from trade station to trade station, you don't really need any more items than the ones you have. So let's look for our. Where is my? This way over here. So this is my storage area and refiners, and I would have, I think it's this one, number 9. I just drop random stuff here, so I can drop but eventually, in order to maximize your exosuit, you will have to install technologies in the inventory slots. I think I'm gonna do that next. I'm gonna show you how to maximize your exosuit and your starships if you want, and then we'll leave it at that. So we'll leave it at that. This is if you like this video, please share, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, this is Tony signing out. Have a good one, guys.